wanted to learn, at least on my trip, was to see if there was in fact a curse or the abandonment, if the Paliwal Brahmins were abducted by aliens, was there an earthquake? What was the real story? Is it the myth that there was a beautiful woman in the village and then the king wanted to marry her and then she refused, and then eventually there was a curse on the village, the water had dried out, and then they all decided to leave. So we're going to try and answer not all of those questions, but some of those questions.
वैसा है गांव पहले ऐसे थे कुल्लोपी वाले ये बोलते वो ब्राह्मण लोग थे वहाँ ब्राह्मण और भाग गए
So my local taxi driver now started telling me about the legend of the beautiful girl, the king loved her, and the fact that she refused and he put a curse on the village.
और राजा को चाहिए थी हाँ राजा ने बोला शादी करूँगा अब राजा तो बोला यार वो लड़की बोली यार आप राजा हम पालीवाल कहाँ तालमेल बैठेगा हाँ राजा मने अब जैसलमेर पूरी के राजा वही था तो इस चक्र से रातों रात में 84 गांव खाली हो गए सभी चले गए
So this is when we started to enter Kuldhara. The gate was pretty much manned, but not really. And then we drove over the cobblestone streets and ended up at the parking lot. Property not too well maintained, but it's getting there. The amount of tourists makes everything worthwhile. What I saw was a whole bunch of bricks piled on top of each other, and then when we entered, the facade came into place. This was much more than a place with bricks and stones on top of each other. It was a whole civilization, a whole group of people that lived here in Kuldhara. The Paliwal Brahmins, the ones who left town overnight. Partly restored, attracts lots of tourists. The Chhatri.
And if you subscribe to the channel, I have a whole video dedicated to the Chhatris that I've seen over in Jaisalmer.
Havelis, windowsills, stone on top of stone, verandas, old wooden doors. Stone pillars. Carving in stone. the hallmark of Rajasthan and desert architecture. Monolithic, the intricate carvings, the angled rooftops, the Haveli balconies, and the windowsills, slightly different from what one sees in Jaisalmer in the fort. The wind, ever so howling, I decided I would enter the Grand Hall. Similar monolithic stone pillars holding onto a roof, and to my surprise, tree wood. Tree wood held the ceilings, just like they did in the Great Fort of Rajasthan. I walked outside. On the outside, a well-made dustbin, more stones, the facade, with sandstone, yellow sandstone mixed with gober. Regardless of the legend, the place was supposed to be destroyed by an earthquake, and some of these stones and remnants show that. Some of the walls intact, but as far as any reverence to antiquity of the place or the historic value is presently unknown, as most everyone climbs on top for the perfect selfie for Instagram. Kuldhara, the legend or just a town that once existed.
You can view the cartwheel that we would find inside the garage.
A garage.
Image that I see on the website.
And the facade. For tourists that come to Jaisalmer, this is one of the sights that one must see. And as I walk down the cobblestone streets, all I see is ruin.
But what is noticeable is that the cobblestone
City.
street itself,
Perhaps a town,
I don't see any cracks like you would see if there was an earthquake. So it was probably just the construction of these buildings that let go over time.
now lay in ruin. Young people on a tour bus on a Sunday was a surprise. I thought I'll talk to them and find out who they were and why they were here. I walked about in the town, but nothing.
Yeah, goat and cow manure.
Kuldhara lays in ruin even today. As I recount my time waiting to be discovered, perhaps rediscovered. Of when families lived here, a way of life that we today do not know.
So whatever happened to the Paliwal Brahmins, I have no proof or any conclusion on that. Were they abducted by aliens? Once again, I did not see any Vimala landing site or any kind of an alien craft landing site, at least not in Kuldhara per se.
हाँ भाई साहब, ओ भाई साहब, ये वारनी क्या है? ग्रुप, अपना ग्रुप है? हाँ?
नहीं, कंपनी है मोबाइल की।
मोबाइल कंपनी, बैटरी आती है।
चार्जर एसएसडी
और कहाँ यहाँ?
Yeah, I inquired what the group was about, and he said it was a mobile company, and they were all on a tour sponsored by the company. I think I saw them getting off that bus when I got here.
तो सबसे
One of those guys asked me where I was from, so I told him I was from California. And I think he was very happy to hear that. Everybody knows California is loved around the world, and obviously this group is no difference.
जन्मा था वडोदरा गुजरात में बड़ोदरा और मोस्टली स्कूल तक मैं मुंबई में था और फिर उसके बाद गया 40 में टाइम वाइज
So thanks for watching. My journey here to Kuldhara ends now. I'll be heading south and saying goodbye to my trusted colleague and drive me to the further down the desert into the sand dunes of Rajasthan, and I'll be going on a camel safari and a overnight camping trip, and hope to see you guys there that next time when I'll be presenting the full video of that trip. It'll be an overnight journey, so I think it's going to be fun to watch. I had a great time experiencing it, so I hope you'll experience it with me. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you like seeing more of India, more of the ancient civilization of India and the places I've been that I can share with you, then I'd appreciate that, and also you'll be able to experience part of India that anything else that's out there that remains pretty much unexplored, and it's off the beaten track. So if you enjoy exploring off the beaten track, learn more about India and the history of India, then I think please do subscribe to my channel, and hope you enjoyed the full video today. Thank you. I hope by now that we can safely assume that the alien theory did not hold. The Paliwal Brahmins were not abducted by aliens. The earthquake theory also does not hold, because the road that we are driving on, for example, I don't see any cracks. It looks like it's pretty well maintained from about 500 years ago. So I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys the next time.